Hi guys, my name is Behrens. I'm the Downtown Kid. I'm in lovely downtown Oxnard at the kitchen on St. Patty's Day. I'd like to introduce my guest today. Is Leo Alvarez, and he is with the
National Association Against Child Cruelty.
Thank you, Leo, for stepping in. Leo, I've noticed that you have a certain passion for this. Maybe you could fill us in as to what it is that you and your wife are all about.
Well, you're right. It's a passionate subject you get involved in when you're talking about child abuse. A lot of people have gone through abuse, and some of them have started to come out of what I like to call closet, much the way gays did, because to them it's somewhat shameful that they were not loved as children but were abused, and so it's kind of like a traumatic thing for them to actually step out and say, I was abused. And yes, it's a passionate subject to talk about. My wife has been involved in this subject for about 25 years. When she adopted 3 severely abused physically, sexually, and emotionally abused children, and adopted them as her own children. I stepped into the picture about 10 years after that, but when the children were at about that age level, because when she first adopted, one of them was 18 months old. Just 18 months old. By the time I was in the picture, he was about 9 to 10 years of age. So my passion in this was kind of playing off of her passion, and I had a hand, like I said, in raising these children. I knew the problems that they faced, not only before they were adopted, but after the adoption. Because shortly after she adopted these abused children, she put them into therapy. And you ask yourself, well, why would she put an 18-month-old child into therapy? Dr. McCashin, who was the psychologist handling these children, told her quite bluntly, he has eyes, he has ears. He saw and he heard what was happening to his siblings, and indeed he was also being abused. So we have to counsel him also. And he did so through child therapy. And those children were in counseling until the age of 18. And even then we tried to keep them in counseling because they were still exhibiting some of the problems that abuse gives children. So yeah, there is a passion there. If it's coming through, good, but there is a passion for it. And I'm hoping to inspire others to become just as passionate, because even as we sit here right now, some child every 10 seconds in this country is being abused. And every day in this country, 6.8 children are being killed through that abuse. So yeah, I'm passionate. I'm passionate about it.
Fantastic. Can you talk about the motorcycle?
Oh, all right, you got me on that one. I have become a biker. Here I am at the age of 80 years. I am taking my first motorcycle course in driving. Actually, I've been on a motorcycle already, been practicing secretly. And probably illegally. But anyway, yeah, we have became associated with Bikers Against Child Abuse about 10 years ago. They were forming the first California chapter in Sacramento, and a group of them, having heard about the National Association Against Child Cruelty, which didn't have a name at the time, but just a kind of an emotional thing, they heard about us, and 10 of them came down from Sacramento on their bikes to meet with us in Ventura. And we walk in, and here's something that I had only met in jail, which was bikers. I used to work at the Oxnard Police Department jail, and I walk in, and here's these dudes with the beards and the tattoos, and they had their wives with them. They didn't look as mean and gruffy as them, but they were still there. We had a very fruitful meeting. We found out about Bikers Against Child Abuse, and we just kind of formed a love for this group. As a matter of fact, Jane likens it to a love affair. And there's a story behind that one. Well, let me tell you. I'll let her tell her someday. But yeah, we became associated with them to the point that in January, we had already built the Children's Wall of Tears, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. And they asked it to take that Children's Wall of Tears across country, from California through New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, and down to Louisiana, for their 4-day convention. And for 4 days and 4 nights, we kept the video going on that children's wall of tears, constantly looping. The emotions that I saw in people, it just affected me, because people would walk by and all of a sudden swivel their heads, stop, look at the video on the wall, and start sobbing. They were getting emotional over it. These bikers would walk up to the wall and place their hand on it and rub it as though it were a living thing. And they would stand there and have their pictures taken with them. It was affecting people the way I hoped it would, which was emotionally. Getting them involved, because we were putting out the word that there are some unfortunate children in our country that didn't get to grow up the way we hope that normal children grow up. I was saying beforehand that 5 to 6 million children are abused in this country every single year. This year we're going to have about that same number, but what about last year? Oh, well, the ones being abused this year are going to be added to 2013's. Well, how about 2012 and 2011 and 2010 and on and on and on? We have a pyramid of abused American adults. And a lot of them face this shamefully. They don't want to come out of that proverbial closet to tell the world what they went through. They're really the silent majority. They don't like to talk about the nastiness in their life, and who would? But yes, if I'm coming across as impassioned, I am, because I want to be the spokesman for these people. I want to put out the word as to why is it? Why in the world is it that we continue to abuse our children? You think an animal mother does this to her children? No. No, they don't.
Can we talk about some legislation? Do you have anything going on in Sacramento that we should be aware of?
It is of no use to go to your state legislator and let them know about this, because there's nothing a state legislation can do about it, because it's the tail that's wagging the dog here, folks. The tail is Title 42 of the United States Code. It's Chapter 47, Subchapter 5106, and it gets deeper into detail there. It is a layman's nightmare and a lawyer's dream, believe me, because only the federal legislators can affect this law as it exists now. That's why I say our state legislators, if they become proponents, that's wonderful. But there's not much they can do other than change policies and procedures at our level. But this particular law that you levy into has 3 components to it that are probably the most dangerous to children, and I'll quickly educate you on them. 1, confidentiality. If you don't know about it, well, how the heck can you solve the problem? But because of confidentiality, we do not get the true scope of what confidentiality has done and is detrimental to our society. The minute you ask a social worker, well, what happened to this child? I'm sorry, I can't discuss it, it's confidential. That's one thing. Another component, if you, as a pregnant woman, continue to use drugs, if that is your lifestyle, there is salvation once that child is born. It's called social services. The law is specific. It says social services will be called. But let's really narrow this down to what it does. If I were to walk up to you and inject you with a needle right now, that's assault with a deadly weapon. I can be arrested, and I will spend time in jail or prison for what I have done. But if I am a pregnant woman and I am ingesting drugs and my child is born drug addicted, that child is going to go through addiction withdrawals, painful, painful, painful. And that mother will be handed over to social services, who will let her walk out the door with that child. Of course, they're going to be there trying to teach her to be a good mother, and then they'll step away. But that child is still going to have the problem for years, for life. Another part of this law is that, again, and I hate to use you as an example, but if you, as a father, injure one of your children, don't sweat it. Oh, okay, you'll get convicted, you'll do time in jail, etc., etc. Or if you as a father happen to kill one of your children, you're going to serve your time in jail, prison, whatever. But here's a good point. Once you come out, you can petition the court for custody of the other children. And guess what? You'll get them back. Again, without any further training or anything to back you up to help make you a better parent. But this law is out there. It exists. It's been out there since 1976. You can look it up on the internet. It's called CAPTA, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act. Just put in CAPTA, wham, there's a law for you to read yourself. I've just given you a little bit of background on that.
Incredible. Well, I see that we have a first annual Celebrating Children's Day, which is going to be at the Plaza Park at 5th and B in downtown Oxnard on March 29th. Maybe you can expand upon what's going to happen there.
Okay, we're not all about gloom and doom, okay? And this is our way of giving to the community and helping the children out there, giving them a fun day. In the past, we have donated to battered women's shelters, clothing, etc. The Veterans Home in Ventura, toiletries, again, clothing. We've done the homeless shelter thing and helped them out. And our most recent one is the Shaken Baby Syndrome, where we have gotten a group of retired ladies here in Oxnard that have knit infants' caps that will be donated to the hospitals as part of the Shaken Baby Syndrome. We've done that. But we came upon this Celebrating Children's idea about 2 months ago. 2 months ago, and we didn't really start driving anything on this until about 4 weeks ago. In the first 2 weeks that we had this, we had 30 some odd people from different organizations having to do with children sign up. We have just finished signing up our 41st one today, all within 2 weeks. The reason is that what we want to do is put something out there that's going to be positive for children. And what we have done is signed up a guy that has a pirate ship with slides. We're going to have 2 jolly jumpers. We're going to have a toy train that the kids can ride. We have a fingerprinting booth. We have Oxnard Police Department's drag is bringing the racing car down there. We have the fire department participating. Oxnard Ambulance is going to have a CPR booth. Everything's going to be done that's positive for the kids. One of our sponsors is, I'll have to look this up, Kids Dental Group. They're going to be providing free toothbrushes and toothpaste for the kids and teaching them dental hygiene. This is a day of fun and activities for the children. It's just our way of introducing Child Abuse Prevention Month, which is April. But we want to do something positive for the children. After all, let's let them be children. Let's let them be children.
Fantastic. Well, that's absolutely wonderful. I'm glad to see that you guys are doing all this. To have a Children's Day is fantastic. We've been trying to do that at the Children's Museum for the longest time, and it's so nice to see that there's somebody else that's stepping up and doing it.
It's been exciting because, I mean, if you were to try to set up something like this, you would expect that it would take long, long hours and days and weeks and months of planning. All of this was done by my wife, Jane Alvarez, and Pauline Dare, one of our board members, all within about 60 days.
Fantastic.
It just came as an idea, let's do something with the kids, bang, 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 things started falling into place. People heard about it by word of mouth. We haven't spent a penny on advertising at
Everybody
all.
helps out with kids, isn't it easy?
It's just word of mouth, and it's just like a deck of cards falling, bang, 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 everything's just falling into place, and we've got all these people agreeing to participate.
Well, Leo, I'll tell you what, can you name off your website and a phone number?
Let me tell you, it's so easy to remember. It's the childrenswalloftears.org. On there you're going to find phone numbers, 3 of them. 1, my cell phone, 2nd, my wife's cell phone, and 3rd, our home phone number, which is also the office number. 805-320-7625, 320-7761, and 485-7991. And if you don't write fast, you can't think fast, get over to the website. You'll find them all there.
Fantastic. Leo, I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
You're quite welcome. Thank you. You're
Fantastic
a good interviewer.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it, Leo. Anytime we can help out, I know we started the Children's Museum. I love this kind of enthusiasm, and I'm so happy
They're
to be
wonderful.
somebody part of the neighborhood.
They're wonderful.
Thank you. Well, welcome back, everyone. My second guest is George Sandoval, who just happened to kind of walk into this lovely bar in downtown Oxnard called The Kitchen. He is one of the most fun and most talented people in the downtown. Every 2 weeks we show a foreign movie. It's called the Oxnard Film Society, and George is the founding member of it, and he is the one that pulls it off every single week and is somehow able to bring in people twice every other Monday to see some of the finest shows and movies that the world produces. Well, welcome back, everyone. My second guest is George Sandoval, who just happened to kind of walk into this lovely bar in downtown Oxnard called The Kitchen. He is one of the most fun and most talented people in the downtown. Every 2 weeks we show a foreign movie. It's called the Oxnard Film Society, and George is the founding member of it, and he is the one that pulls it off every single week and is somehow able to bring in people twice every other Monday to see some of the finest shows and movies that the world produces. Welcome, George. Go ahead and speak about it.
Good to see you here. Okay, well, so basically I'm the president of the Oxnard Film Society. We show films on the first and third Mondays of every month, and they are the cream of the crop of films from across the world. April's lineup, the first Monday in April, we're showing a film from Canada called Gabrielle, which is a really interesting film, and then on April 21st, we're showing a film called The Square, which talks about the revolution in Egypt. It was up for Academy Award for Best Documentary. In May, which is kind of Women's Month, we're featuring a film from Chile called Gloria, which is also has won many awards. And then on May 19th, we have a film from the United Kingdom called The Invisible Woman. So all of these films are, as you've seen them before, they're all really great films, and we hope you can come on down. The films are at 3:30 and 6:30 p.m. at the Plaza Cinemas 14 in downtown Oxnard. General admission is $9.75, and seniors are $6.25. So come early and get a good seat.
And how many years have we been doing this now, George?
Well, we started in May of 2007. So this May will be the start of our 8th year, and we'll certainly have a celebration for them. Maybe not comparable to St. Patrick's Day, but it'll work.
It'll work.
What else do we want to talk about? Well, like I said, the films are on the first and third Mondays of every month, and they go all through the summer, year-round. So you can always go to our website, oxnardfilmsociety.org, and get our schedule and get the information you need from there. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back. My third guest is Abel Magaña. He's the director of the Downtown, and if you've seen, if there's any kind of a thread here, it's all about what's going on in downtown Oxnard. And Abel is going to bring us up to date on a few things that are happening in the last part of March and in the beginning of April. Go ahead, Abel.
Well, it's good to be here with you today, Vince, on St. Patrick's Day here. I'm part of the whole Magaña clan.
That's
so
right.
I don't know if you knew that. So we got a heritage here. As everybody else here on St. Patty's Day, we actually just came off of a really great event this past weekend, which was a pub crawl, which participates 6 different restaurants participating. And there you go, right? Including the kitchen here where we're at today, and so we had over 90 people that took advantage of a living social deal that allowed them to come in and taste and sample all the great stuff that we have here in our downtown restaurants. But again, I'm glad to be here with the Downtown Kid. That's the name of the show,
That's
right?
the name of the show, the Downtown Kid.
I think we're all kind of like downtown kids, really. I mean, it doesn't matter if you grew up here, born and raised, or how old you are. I mean, everybody's a downtown kid when you come into Oxnard. It's a lot of fun out here. We got so much stuff to do. We got a number of events coming up in March. At the end of this month, we got March 28th, 29th, and 30th is a world movie premiere of the Cesar Chavez biopic. It's a major motion picture release in studio. It's got A-list actors, Rosario Dawson, John Malkovich, I think he's an Oscar-winning actor, and a number of others. It pays a tribute, a legacy of local hero Cesar Chavez here, who fought for the rights of the immigrant farm workers here, and I think it's just something that we hold very special here locally in the community. So big nights coming up are the 3 days. The United Farm Workers are renting 3 theaters. They've secured sponsorships for that, and so it's going to serve also as a fundraiser for the community. So it's $25 in some cases will get you a ticket into the movie theater, and also there is availability for VIP events after the movie in the select restaurants out here. I believe Sugar Beets is one, and Ruby's will also be hosting a VIP event. And then, of course, there's the march of the farm workers that goes from La Colonia, which is our neighborhood adjacent here just to the east, and will finish up at the plaza. And there'll be a celebration with music, mariachi music, folklorico dancers, just a lot of good stuff, and of course, great food.
It's all about the great food.
Yeah.
All about the great food. Well, so you have another movie opening up besides that. We have 2 other ones that are coming into town.
Let me see, what other one do we have coming
You said
up?
there was 3.
Oh no, there's all 3. It's the same. It's one movie. It's a biopic about Cesar Chavez, but it's playing 3 consecutive days. Will be the big celebration. It'll be the 28th, 29th, and 30th. And I should also mention on the 29th, which is a Saturday, concurrent with that event, there's going to be, I think your prior guest was just talking about, was the Children's Day out at Plaza Park. So that's a first-time annual event that invites the entire community out for a lot of fun activities for the family. I mean, you're going to have jolly jumps and face painting and music and all kinds of good things for the family. It's a great day in the park.
Fantastic. Okay, so how about if we talk about the food trucks? That's coming up in the beginning of April.
Of course, food trucks is the first Thursday of every month. This is a collection of gourmet trucks that we bring in from throughout the area, throughout the region. We've had some notables that have appeared on the Food Network and made famous, and it's about a dozen trucks that we bring out. And sample a variety of flavors from all over the menu spectrum. You got, it's a lot of fusion combinations of different types of cuisines. We've had Chino Latino, little Chinese, little Mexican blended, Filipino. We've had sushi with a twist also, a sushi burrito. One other great thing that's happening on this next one, which is April 6th, and it will be taking place in Plaza Park, is we're going to have the Microsoft Xbox One experience. So that's a tricked out van that's going to be parked out there, and it's going to allow guys, all folks to come out there and just try out the games. I mean, this is the latest stuff, which I hear this console is just amazing. The Xbox One console system is just out of this world, so it's going to be hooked up and ready to play, ready for the gamers.
Fantastic, fantastic. So it's nothing about fun in downtown. It's all about bringing people into the downtown during the day and the night, because we have plenty of things for people to do. And it's a place where we can explore different arts and different amounts of different foods that we've never tasted before. So if you have not come to downtown Oxnard, I encourage everyone to come down. It is a place in which we have really worked hard to bring people into it and to have a good time and have fun and to enjoy the eateries.
I would say this man has worked as hard as anybody on making downtown a fun place. That's been his mantra, and we're listening. Vince, it's like I think you'd agree, you know, things are getting a lot more fun and more active out there. And before we close out, just to mention a couple of other events that are coming up. April 5th, I believe, is our Earth Day celebration in Plaza Park. I may have the dates, so if I do, please go to our website, downtownoxnard.org, or visit us on Facebook, keyword Downtown Oxnard, and you'll find all the listings of the events that are coming up, all the details of them. But yeah, Earth Day, another great event to celebrate, you know, being green, I guess, you know, it's like, and they do make it fun. I mean, they actually make that fun. I mean, hug a tree, right?
Hug a tree.
Like, you know, and they hug back out here in downtown. That's just here. And then we also have car shows launching again in April. So that will be the second Saturday in April, the 12th, and we'll be recurring on a monthly basis. We're on the circuit. It's if you're a car enthusiast, you go to all of these. You go to the ones in Santa Paula, you go to the ones in Fillmore, and then now we're on the circuit on the second Saturday of every month. So that'll be April 12th from from 2 to 5 p.m. out here, and it's a great opportunity to show off all that work that you put into your vehicles, and also the camaraderie with others and car clubs, and again, another excuse to get out and eat and have some fun in downtown.
Let me also throw in a quick word in for the Carnegie. The Art Museum has also got a brand new show that's up, and it's a fantastic show. It's absolutely wonderful to see the art that is coming into the Carnegie, and I'm not too sure what the hours are though, but I know it's Monday through Sunday, correct? I mean, it is 7 days. Are you sure? I'm not too sure what the hours are.
Yeah, right. Again, you could visit the website. In this case, carnegieam.org, and you'll see the hours, and there's admission is by donation.
Correct.
Basically, so.
Correct.
And it's world class. It's just an amazing collection of art. They have exhibits from international artists that rotate, and then there's the permanent collection of the Carnegie also too. That's always worth checking out. And just adjacent to the Carnegie, actually, they just recently opened up the Carnegie studio. The Carnegie studio is a smaller, little intimate space where you can see some up and coming, more along the lines of, I think, emerging artists, I guess is what you would say, right?
Correct.
It's
correct.
just really, really cool stuff. So,
And if you are an artist and you want to get involved in some of the activities that we are putting on in the downtown, I encourage everyone to come and join us, because this is what we're trying to do in the downtown, is to make the downtown a spot where artists are welcome and appreciated. So let me thank Abel once more on a St. Patty's Day. Good handshake there, Abel.
thank you, Vince.
And that was wonderful for you to show up, and I just want to let everyone know that the downtown is happening, and there are events happening. You can bring your family down here, and there's always something for everybody here. You can put a full day and a full night into the downtown. So thank you. My name is Vince Behrens, signing off.